And now, in the meantime, there's something I'm really excited about. I get to do a really great interview with two women who have made Forefront a better place just by their presence. Like, literally, they make it 100 times better. I'm not even kidding about that. Please welcome Fabiola and Zanifa Franck. Guys, I'm super grateful to be here with you in this super safe. So we all got tested before we came here. That's why I can't read that, Jonathan. Just hand it to me. I don't know why you playing like this. We all got tested before we came here. So it's really nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much for being here to tell a little bit of your story. So tell us your story. Like, how did you find Forefront? And you guys, live in New Jersey. So sorry. So what's that story? What's that about? How did you get to Forefront?
Okay. So a little backstory about us. We actually both are part of a Christian sorority, and there was some taboo around that. That's how we met.
Yeah.
Fab, you want to tell them a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I saw her and I just couldn't resist. No, I'm joking, but I'm not joking.
Sounds like she's not. Sounds like she's not.
We met and we had to plan an event together, and we ended up just conversing, and we just were not focused on the event, and we fell in love.
How long ago was that now?
That was about 8 years now.
Okay.
7, 8 years.
7, 8 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
So you fell in love with a Christian sorority, which I have a multitude of questions about a Christian sorority, but we'll move to that another day. Yeah. But so what from that journey? So you guys fell in love doing an event together. So from that journey, what led you to Forefront? How did you find? What's that story, if I may?
Yeah. So we both grew up different spiritual backgrounds. Secrets out. Fabby kind of grew up Mormon. Hey, but she's here now. We're all here now. We're good.
We're all going to do a take to the camera about that, though.
And I grew up Methodist, and so there was this real spiritual hardship of reconciling wanting to be together and choosing to be together. Fabby had not, these cues. Fabby had not ever been with a woman before, so I was the first. And it was hard to reconcile. We were both women of color. We come from the Caribbean. Our families are not about this life. And so we also just struggled a lot. Fabby went to a church in Jersey. She grew up there. And then...
Yeah, I went to this church, and I realized quickly that, I wanted to be with Zanifa, and I came out to my pastor. And we were asked to leave our church, and after that, we kind of went on a hiatus, and we weren't even seeking church for some time. And with that happening, we realized that we can't do anything without God, and so we realized that our relationship was struggling, and we needed to find a church home, which is what led us to kind of auditioning different churches, and we Googled Forefront, and we were like, whoa, what are we in for?
What do you, tell me more about that. What? So you Google, which first of all, the Lord uses Google. What? So what? You went to Forefront, and you had what happened?
So we tell about our first. Our first time at Forefront was our first. Forefront was our first affirming church we've ever gone to ever, despite being together for 5 years and recently coming out and losing all our friends and everyone that loved us. We were like, you know what? We're not gonna go to a church that just has good gospel music or good preaching. It has to be a church that is openly on the website says they like gay people. Yeah. That has to be there.
I mean, that seems like it makes sense to me.
Okay. And Forefront was that. And the first time we went to Forefront, the first service was Jonathan's dad, Paula, preaching, and my mouth dropped. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't ready. And I wrestled and struggled, and Paula spoke to my soul. And the sermon was, Lost is a Place Too. Literally, that was the title of the sermon. Lost is a place too, and it shattered me and validated me, and I felt convicted. I felt like a hypocrite, and I felt seen, and I felt loved, and I wrestled with so many things. But we definitely looked at each other and were like, "You want to get out of here now? Or you want to stay?"
You ready for some brunch? Yeah.
But the worship also kept
I feel like
us.
we need a bucket of mimosas after this. Yeah.
Thanks to the worship. So at my former church, I was the worship leader there, and being asked to not be at this church anymore took a huge toll on me. And Angela, I love you. Yeah, just worshiping with the worship team has renewed my spirit in worship. I love being able to sing, and I love being able to just experience just singing for God, and it really has renewed my.
In a place that
spirit.
validates who you are while you
Absolutely.
do that. That's
Absolutely.
I mean, that's all. I'm gonna take a moment and say that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, so that's one of the things. To my next question here is that like so obviously you heard Paula speak, so like no big deal that Sunday, and then like so obviously you feel like you can be yourself there. What are the other factors that made you stay at Forefront, that make you like make this commute from West Orange, New Jersey to come to a church in Brooklyn? What else? Well, like what keeps you there? What makes it your home?
I can speak to that. So Forefront, you're giving me this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this one.
Okay, fine.
COVID. All right. No offense.
No, I'm not trustworthy.
So one big thing about Forefront that makes it home for me is Sarah named it last Sunday. She said like, what was it? Unforeseen kinship, uncommon. Thanks. Uncommon kinship. I observed the first few months, and I just watched people. That's kind of my thing. And there were just so many strange people in one space that loved the space. And I think
loved each other.
And loved each other. I think I remember Jonathan, who like made it his purpose to speak to us that first day. I was like, yo, he really wants people to join his church, but I really liked that he came and he was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? I remember Dee, I remember Allison and Tiffany and Angela and Robbie, and just like all these like different people in one space that like really enjoyed being in the space. I lost my dad. My dad died in January, and Forefront showed up at my church. They showed up at this funeral while I was dealing with some really complex feelings about my dad dying, and they showed up for me. Leslie and Sarah and Angela, they came, they sang with me, and I hadn't been going to the church for that long. I remember. Oh, I know.
We got into a car accident.
What?
Oh, yeah,
Listen, we got into a car accident in August, and
we were told to move. Sorry.
We got into a car accident, and the next thing you know, we had seamless gift cards just coming at us through our email, and you know, we didn't have to cook for so long, and even that, I was just like, wow, that was huge. And I was like,
they show up.
They show up, and
That's cool.
They show out, and they show that they really do love you, and they want relationship with you. They want to be in communion with you, and not just on Sunday, but on Wednesday and Friday and Monday, and it's awesome. It's amazing.
That's awesome. Okay, so I got so you're okay. So we're here obviously because we're asking people for money, right? Like that's why we're. So why, as people who go there and have had, what's worth it giving money to Forefront? Like what makes that make sense for you guys?
Yeah. So Fabi deals with all the money because she's not wearing the pants, but she does. But there are no pants. Okay. We're all inclusive here, all inclusive family. But she deals with the money. I'm
not wearing pants
to
either.
To be honest, we've all grown up in church. You're not? Oh,
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I am. It's a joke.
We've grown up in church, and so we believe in like tithing. But honestly, we've never been committed tithers or givers since we came to Forefront. And the reason why we give is one, it's given me an opportunity to not have to choose whether or not I want to be with the person who gives me life and is my best friend and my best partner and the source that gives me life, which is God, that like really makes me light up on the inside. I can reconcile my faith and my sexuality. It also didn't allow me to have to choose whether or not I want to be a leader. People sought me out. They sought the leader in me. They gave me an opportunity. I'm now the deacon of the care team, which gives me so much joy. So here's a quick plug for the care team. Here's a reason why you should give, okay? Our church, during this pandemic, has raised money to support people who need support. And guess what? There isn't an application for this support. Any and every person, whoever reaches out for care, and that's groceries, prayer, spiritual guidance, mental health linkage, whatever, vocational support, they get it. They get it. We send money, we send help, and that is not happening everywhere. And I love Forefront, and I love the care team, and I love just this opportunity to be a leader again and not feel shame and feel free. So That's why I give.
I feel like we should have just had her host this thing because I think she's like exponentially better at it. But they gave me a list of questions. So anyway, okay, this is the last one. I'm like in love with you guys. I've known you for like 20 minutes, so I think you guys are so great. But okay, so what are some of your favorite holiday, like a weird holiday tradition specific to you guys? Mine is wearing this jacket that I would just like to reiterate I did not buy on Amazon 4 days ago for $30 because Jonathan Williams made me. So what are some of yours?
Tell them. Don't lie. Come on.
Do it.
We
Do
do a lot of
Pressure's
holiday
on.
movies. We do a lot of Home Alone, a lot of I'll Be Home for Christmas.
She's shaking her head like you're hedging. You're skirting around something.
What am I scooting around?
Listen, as soon as November 21st comes,
Okay.
our household listens to nothing but Christmas carols all the way through January 2nd because that's Abby's birthday.
This
She
is true.
believes Christmas and her birthday are somehow connected.
They
So
are.
that's our tradition that I love most days.
You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for encouraging. Oh yeah, and to the giving, just so you guys know, we're up to almost $4,000 already. So that's awesome. Keep it coming, everybody. You guys are doing great. We absolutely love you. I adore you guys. You guys are fantastic. Also, I've got to introduce our next musical guest at this point, who is, remind me, what's our lineup, guys? Oh, Lolo. Grammy Award winner Lolo. Check this out. Girl straight up won a Grammy for writing High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. And that is tight.